Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, my friends and my beloved teacher, and our beloved teacher, the Honorable Lecturer, Mr. Noviantoro, SPD MPD, and all of my beloved friends. First of all, let us thanks to the Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Taala because of His blessing we are able to come here to join in this English meeting. Brothers and sisters, we are from 6th group, and we will presentation today is about term and derm. And before going to the agenda, I'm as the moderator. Let me read one by one our agenda today. The first agenda is opening, and the second agenda is introduction, and the third agenda is presentation, and the fourth agenda is closing. Okay, for the first agenda is opening. Let's open our meeting today by reciting basmalah together.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
For the second agenda is introduction. I'm Siti Azmi Mustika as the moderator, and I'm the third presenter. The first presenter is Siti Nuryani, and the second presenter is Ryfo, and the fourth presenter is Afifah, and the last presenter is Lutfiah. So we are going to the next agenda is presentation. For the first presentation will be presented by Siti Nuryani. To Siti Nuryani, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Azmi. So I will explain about material, minor versus my clauses. My clauses, independent versus dependent. Independent clauses, non-optical versus optical, and the last one, material but is major. Dependent clauses, embedded versus non-embedded. Minor don't has a predicate. The main type of minor clauses are address, greeting, exclamation. For example, Andy, good to see you. My dear student, oh my. So, of the three types of term don't have a predicate. Major has a predicate. For example, Rani invited the Maya to the party, but she does not come. Invited and come, it's predicate. The next slide, please. Next, major clauses, independent versus dependent. Independent clause are clauses that can stand alone, and conversely, the dependent clause is a clause that can stand alone. For example, although not everyone come, the album worked well. Dependent, although not everyone come. Independent, the album worked well. So how about if we change the sentence like this? Not everyone come, yet the album worked well. Indeed, both and independent clauses. Independent clauses embody the function of speaking, making statement, asking question, comment, and exclamation, while dependent take the main clause mode. So it can be concluded that the example is included in the clause, not everyone come, includes a declarative dependent, and yet the album worked well includes a interrogative independent. Next slide, please. Next, independent clauses, non-article versus up and ellipse, deleted, delete. For example, who has not taken dinner yet. Anna's here, so has not taken dinner yet. They are not taking leaves. Next slide, please. And the last one, material. Major dependent clauses, amendment versus not amendment. Using an amending mechanism where the element is a class fraction in the group structure with itself a constituent of the class. For example, the man the man who the difference is the who in the first sentence, independent or independent. So here the first, the man who were a blacksmith was here minutes ago. Is not amended. It is the dependent clauses which add a lot of information. And here's are two pieces information from this clause complex. The man who were a blacksmith was here minute ago, and the man who were a blacksmith was here minute ago. So when analyzed into the trans-CPT system, it is not to answer the question who is the man, who is called, and actor. Maybe that's enough from me. Back to moderator.
Thank you to Siti Nurani. And the next presentation will be presented by Ryfo Juan. So Ryfo Juan, time is yours.
All right, thank you so much for the moderator for introducing myself, for introducing me. So I will explain about my part. Clause complexes expansion, elaboration, specifying in greater detail. The soup is tasty. The saltiness is perfect, or you can say the cake is very delicious. The sweetness is just enough. And then restatement, the soup's tasty, it's totally my taste. Or I can say the instant noodle, it is very tasty. It's totally my taste, or yeah, anything you can say. Exemplification, I have worked in many companies. Garuda and Batik Air are those I have worked at. Comment, the soup is served after this. The chef did wonders. Or you can say that. What else? The chicken is really delicious and pretty served after this. So my mother did wonders. And then there is extension, extending something new by involving and, but, and or. Like the chicken is very tasty, but the saltiness is just not so perfect. Or you can say, I like the chicken and the cake, or anything like that. Next slide, please. And then there is clause complexes expansion, enhancement, adding new circumstantial clauses as additional information. I went to rehearsal after I lectured all day. That is temporal. And then conditional is you don't have the time to practice. You teach, if you teach both day and night, and then we didn't have rehearsal on Monday because it was public holiday that is casual, and then there are a lot like concessive, spatial manner, such as like I'm developing a more pleasing sound by changing my embauche I believe is that how to pronounce it? I don't know. We reached at Kedran Park High School, where we always rehearsal, projection, extending the process either by quoting or reporting. Like you are reporting something to someone, or you are quoting something to someone that you want to talk, that you can do that. And then the next slide, please. Uh, Theme and Rheme, point of departure, the beginning and the end. And then there is the beginning is where we continue to profuse ideas. Example, it was a nice day for me. I was thinking to grab some breakfast in the store before the station. Theme, elements that comes first in the clause. Rheme, the rest of clause. And then the next slide. Types of themes, additional / topical theme, usually but not always, the first nominal group in the clause. Subject, nominal group as theme. Jack went up the hill. Jack is theme, and then the Rheme is went up the hill. And the nominal group complex as theme. Jack and Jill went up the hill. The theme is Jack and Jill, and then the Rheme is went up the hill. And then embedded clause. What Jack and Jill did is theme, and then the Rheme is was go up the hill. Uh, adverbial adverbial as theme. Down Jack fell. Down is theme, and then the Rheme is Jack fell. Prepositional phrase as theme. The theme is up the hill, and then Jack and Jill went is Rheme. Complement as theme. His crown he broke. His crown is theme, and then he broke is Rheme. Okay, so that's it for all my parts. So I will give it back to the moderator. So thank you so much for give me an opportunity to explaining this. So yeah, back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Ryfo. And for the next slide, it will be presentation by me. So for the first is the type of theme. Textual means a language unit in the form of text and is abstract in the field of roles or discourses of sentence and word. For the type of the theme textual, the first is this theme relate the clause to its context by using conjunctive, adjunct, or conjunction. And for example, the procedure was simple, but nevertheless was very effective. And the second is conjunctive adjunct are more free to move into clause. The example is the procedure was simple, but was nevertheless very effective. For the next, conjunctions are restricted in the beginning. For example, is the procedure was simple but was very effective, nevertheless. And for the next is continuative. A set of items occurred in the beginning of a new move. Those are well, okay, and etc. For example, the sentence is, oh, they give you a cup of tea. In analysis of mood, or is adjunct of conjunction. Sorry, or is adjunct of continuative. They is subject, give us finite and predicator, you as complement, and a cup of coffee is complement. So the mood is they and give, subject and finite, and you a cup of tea is residue. O is textual, and they is topical in the theme. And give you a cup of tea is Rheme. Next slide. Next slide. The types of themes, multiple. It usually occurs in texts, which take place before the obligatory topical theme. Multiple theme consists of textual or interpersonal or about basic the topic theme. For the example is no. Well, I mean they don't know. No is adjunct of continuative. Well is adjunct of continuative. I mean as adjunct conjunction. They is subject. Done is finite and now is predicator. So in no is textual. Well is textual. I mean is textual. They is topical. And don't know is Rheme. Or the next example is, well, at least she didn't get blow up Simon. Well as adjunct of continuative, at least as adjunct of conjunction, she is subject, didn't is finite, get blow up is predicator, and Simon is adjunct. So well is textual in theme, at least is textual in theme, and she didn't get blow up Simon is topical in theme. Next slide. Theme and mood declarative. Declarative mood is an epistemic mood that signals that the proposition expressed by a speaker. Potency is found as an acquisitive statement of fact. Discussion the term indicative is used in narrow sense. Sense is as a synonym of declarative. For example, you probably haven't got much more than 8. You a subject in analysis of mood probably is adjunct of mood. Haven't is finite. Got is predicator and much more than 8 is complement. So, you as carrier probably haven't, and God is process possessive, and much more than it is attribute position. In the theme is you is topical, and probably haven't got much more than it as term. For the next theme and mood in elliptical declarative. Elliptical declarative clauses are informational significant components of the structure will depend on the context for elliptical declarative. A day isn't it. For example, is it takes about a day for your blood to be replaced. It as subject and text is as finite and predicator. About a day is adjunct of circum, and it and text as subject and finite in mood. And about a day for your blood to be replaced is a residue. So it is as token, text as process circum, and about as for circum. It is a topical in term, and text about a day for your blood to be replaced as a Rheme. So for the next presentation will be presented by Afifah Nurul. To Afifah Nurul, time is yours.
Okay. Thank you for the time. Okay. Okay, thank you, Azmi, for the time. And now I will try to explain theme and mood in every sentence, like yes, no, interrogative, imperative, and minor sentence. The first is theme and mood. Theme and mood, yes, no, interrogative. Yes, no, interrogative is a question sentence whose answer is answered by using the word yes or no as an affirmation and responses. For the example, like, are you ready to go? And or can I get you some more? And for the analysis is can is finite, I is subject, get is predicator, you is complement, some more is complement. Finite and subject is mood, predicator, complement, and complement is residue. And then can is interpersonal theme, I is topical in theme, and get you some more is Rheme. And then another example, like, are you ready to go? And the answer can say yes or no. For the, we can analyze the sentence. The sentence, like, the column is like in the PPT. R is finite, you is subject, ready is predicator, to go is complement. Finite subject is mood, and predicator complement is residue. R is interpersonal. Interpersonal in team. U is topical in team, and ready to go is Rheme. And then team and mood. WH interrogative is an interrogative sentence that begins with the word when, what, where, who, whom, which, whose, why, and how. While to answer this question can use simple sentence or complex answer. For example, like, how much do they take out of you? For the analysis, mood, how much is WH adjunct circums, do is finite, they is subject, take out is predicator, of you as adjunct circums. And then for the transitivity analysis, how much is circumextant, and then they is actor, take out is process material, of you is circum of location. And then how much is topical in theme, do they take out of you is Rheme. And another example, like, when did he give her the bump? When is WH adjunct circums, did is finite, B is subject, give is predicator, her, he is subject, give is predicator, her complement, the bump is complement. And then for the transitivity analysis, when is circumlocation, and then he is actor, give is process of material, her is beneficiary, the bump is goal. And then for the team and Rheme analysis, when is topical theme, and another is Rheme. Okay, next. A theme and mood elliptical interrogative. An elliptical interrogative sentence is a sentence that has two different subjects but has the same predicate. For example, why was she a bit dumb? we can analyze the sentence like for mood analysis. Y is WH adjunct circums, was is finite, C is subject, a bit dumb is complement. And then for the transitivity analysis, Y is circumcause, was is process intensive, C is carrier, a bit dumb is attribute. And then for theme and Rheme analysis, Y is topical theme and another is Rheme. For another example, like, why are they come here but she doesn't? In the sentence has two subject in one predicate. Like, we can analyze why is WH adjunct circum, R is finite, they is subject, come here is predicator, but she doesn't is complement. And then for the transitivity analysis, Y is circumreasoned, are they, they is actor, come here is process of material, but she doesn't is goal. And then for theme and Rheme analysis, Y is topical and in theme, and another is Rheme. And then the next is theme and mood imperative. These command lines, convey warnings, orders, and instruction in English. Imperative sentence can end with a period or exclamation mark as a warning sign of danger. For the example, take this. Take as process material in transitivity analysis, and this is goal. And then for the theme and Rheme analysis, topical in theme, this is Rheme. And another example, like, let's have more soup. Let's a subject in mood analysis, and have is predicator. Some more soup is complement. And then for the transitivity analysis, let's is actor, have is process of material, some more soup as is goal. Let's in theme and Rheme analysis, let's is topical theme, have more soup is Rheme. And the last theme and Rheme, theme and mood, minor clause. Minor clause is a sentence that is not included in the category of transitivity and mood because it doesn't have a thematic structure which make it unable to be analyzed as a theme. The thematic structure itself, as we know, is a sentence that has subject and a finite, and then minor clauses can also be said to be an irregular type of sentence. And then as a minor clauses carry neither transitivity nor mood labels. No thematic structure can be identified, so we leave it and analyze a theme. For the example, oh God, oh good is a minor clause, and thanks a lot is a minor clause. And for another example is fire, careful, pleasure, thanks a bunch, fantastic, and excellent. I think it's enough for me. Thank you for your attention, and I'm sorry in every my mistake. Back to moderator.
Okay, thank you to Afifah. And the next presentation will be presented by Sister Lutfiah. So Sister Lutfiah, time is yours.
Okay, thank you to Azmi. Next slide, please. Okay, team and class complex parataxis. Parataxis and hypotaxis are literally terms that describe the way classes in complex or simple sentence are ordered, positioned, and related to one another. Parataxis refer to the placing of two clauses next to one another without the use of subordinating conjunction or coordinating conjunction to clarify the relationship between the clauses. Two independent clauses exist to each clause is given an individual thematic analysis. For the example, you get a little of milk. You as topical get a little of milk as Rheme. You becoming Tim. And as textual, it as topical and it becoming Tim. Stand this tall is Rheme. And the next example, they may be giving blood. They as topical and theme may be giving blood as Rheme. And as textual and becoming theme, ellipsis of they shouldn't be becoming Rheme. Next slide, please. Theme and clause complex hypotactic or hypotaxis. Hypotaxis refers to the arrangement of a sentence in which the main clause is built upon by precis or subordinate clause. Hypotaxis sentence construction use subordinating conjunction and relative pronouns to connect a sentence main clause to its dependent element. By explicit are defining a clear connection and order between the clauses through syntactic subordinating. Hypotaxis sentence establish a hierarchy of importance, essentially ranking each clause in the sentence. Where independent clause exists, so you need to order the main. A is independent and dependent. The symbol is B. Clause before doing analysis. If the main clause is followed by dependent clause, for the example, I do it. If becoming I had a daughter, I do it as independent clause, and if becoming I had a daughter, becoming a dependent clause. I do it, I as topical and becoming theme, do it becoming Rheme. Because as textual, I as topical, and because I as theme. But a daughter as Rheme. Next slide, please. For another example is, if you wake under 50 class as a dependent clause, and if they take class as independent clause. If as textual, you as topical, if you becoming theme, wake under 50 class becoming Rheme. They as topical and becoming theme, take less becoming Rheme. Next slide, please. Theme and textual meaning pattern. It identifies the organization of how the text is structured. I have an example for zigzag pattern and multiple ring pattern. Next slide, please. As you can see, this is the zigzag pattern. In here, the Rheme one as the first clause becoming theme and second clause. In here, I have three clauses. The first is my friend are Annie and Budi. My friend as theme, Annie and Budi as Rheme. I pick up Annie and Budi in the Rheme one to the second clause and place it into theme 2 and use they. They is theme 2, like ice cream as the Rheme 2. I pick up again the ice cream as the Rheme 2 and place it into the third clause and place it as a theme 3. The ice cream becoming theme 2 and like ice cream becoming Rheme 3. The ice cream becoming theme 3 and like ice cream becoming Rheme 3. And for multiple Rheme pattern, as you can see in the Rheme 1 is becoming theme 2 and also the theme 3. My friends are Annie and Budi. My friend is the theme 1 and Annie and Budi as the Rheme 1. I pick up Annie and Budi and place it into the theme 2. Here use they. They are travelers. And then I pick Annie and Budi again in the third clause and use they. They go to Bali together. They as theme 3 go to Bali together as Rheme 3. In here, Annie and Budi repeated twice, and in the second clause and the third clause. So the Rheme in Rheme 1 repeated into theme in the second and the third clause. So maybe enough for me. Back to moderator.
Okay, finally, we are come to the last agenda, is closing. We would like to say thank you to the presenters who has been in presentation, and hopefully the presentation will give the benefit for us. We are from 6th group. Thank you for your nice attention, and we do apologize for every mistake that we did. And last, we say let's close our meeting today by sitting hamdah together.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So I'm the moderator and I said wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.